Detroit, bankrupt. Well, here's the problem now. Once you're bankrupt, you're in, I believe it's Chapter 9, bankruptcy. Here are the guidelines. All derivatives must be wiped out. No derivatives should be considered enforceable. All derivatives go to the delete button and the shredder. At the same time, the bondholders will take a bath. The bondholders need a haircut and a bath. They need to essentially renounce a very large portion. I would say about 90% of their bonds should be renounced. That will allow us to maintain the payments to the pensioners, the people who need old age pensions, health care pensions, and other contractual obligations, because all of those are contracts. Those are labor contracts with real people, and we've got to put people first. We've got to put the preservation of labor power and, indeed, of the general standards of civilization. Those things have to take precedence over the sanctity of debt. And don't let little Rand or Ron Paul or any Austrian tell you any different. And then how could Detroit finance itself? Well, thanks to Helicopter Ben. Again, all we need is one call from a real president to the Federal Reserve saying, Ben, I want to thank you for your willingness to put forward $500 billion as a special Detroit window. We have an AIG window. We have Maiden Lane 1, Maiden Lane 2. This is all AIG. How about a window for Detroit? Let's have a Detroit window, a credit stimulus, $500 billion or something of this magnitude to rebuild the city, to maintain the payments that represent civilization, to avoid selling off the Detroit Art Institute in the same way that poor Harrisburg just had an auction of the poor objects that they had assembled to try to attract some poor tourist business with a Wild West museum, right? They had a couple of pistols that belonged to General Custer, and those sold for $35,000 or $40,000. Now, let's not have the art treasures of Detroit sold off, right? I'm thinking of the Nazis in World War II looting art collections, stealing it, and taking it back. Goering, in particular, taking it back to his castle. No. So no cuts for people. Only bondholders. Derivatives wiped out. Bondholders take a bath. No cuts for people. And the future of Detroit is financed at the 0% century bond window, the special Detroit credit stimulus facility opened up by Helicopter Ben as a result of popular pressure and political pressure. That's the answer.